Hey everybody, it's PartyElite, and I'm here to talk to you about Total War 3 Kingdoms. I was invited alongside a bunch of other YouTubers down to San Francisco for a weekend event to take a look at the upcoming Total War. So first things first, a massive thanks to Creative Assembly for that opportunity. You're going to see a few videos coming out of the event. This one will show you some gameplay from the ambush battle that we were allowed to play, and it'll include some cinematic shots as well. And I'll be talking more about the mechanics and thinking and ideas behind the battle rather than actually doing like a total breakdown or anything like that. I hope you guys enjoy. Now, apart from this, I also have a developer interview that's live right now. A link to that will be in the description down below, and that interview was done with Indie Pride for Milk and Cookies Total War as well. And tomorrow I'll be releasing a video that gives you an overview of all my thoughts, all my thinking after what we saw, what we heard, and what we played. There's some really good stuff, there's some interesting stuff, but more on that tomorrow when that video drops, so keep an eye out for that. For now, though, we're going to dive into this battle where Sun Ren and Sun Quan get ambushed in the middle of the night by countless enemies of China.
It is quiet here, brother. Too quiet for my tastes. Something feels wrong. Shh! There! Movement in the tree line. An ambush is imminent. We must be ready. If we cross the river, we could escape through the southern gates. Or we could attempt to survive the ambush through force of arms. This hill would make a good defensive position en route, should more forces arrive. Prepare for battle, brother, and may your blade strike true!
Alright, so the lanterns have been released to indicate that this is the beginning of the ambush, and in come the enemy forces. You can see the trees have already been set alight by some fiery arrows, and my oh my, does that fire not look absolutely gorgeous. But as these enemies come charging through, you can get a nice look at some abilities that I use right away. So Sun Quan is a commander type general, so Unyielding Earth is a buff you can activate to help with charge resistance and things like that. So not too over the top, not too crazy, you know, fantastical or anything. And but some of that fantastical stuff will be more obvious with Sun Ren, I think, who is the vanguard type of general, and so her stuff is a bit more offensive and very visible. Right now you can see I'm sending some cavalry back here to shut down enemy archers as they fire their flaming arrows and set alight some trees and my units as well, but in comes a nice charge from this corner angle over here. Don't worry, we'll see a lot more cavalry charges in a moment's time, but you can see right now I've got my Azure Dragons turning off to the side there, trying to get some shots in from the flank while I pull my other cavalry unit into the other archer militia that the enemy has. And so here we go, able to fire into the Saber militia, while Sun Ren is going to be sent in against the Jian infantry over there. She again is capable in infantry, or in melee I should say. So in comes the Flames of the Phoenix ability, which is an area of effect attack, while back here you can see we've got this cavalry charging in to that other unit of archers. So in we go for a glorious charge, and take a look at the impact here. I'm actually very happy with how these charges are coming across, and there'll be some more of that, but you'll see it's punchy, it's impactful, and it's not over the top, which was my biggest concern, if I'm perfectly honest. And we're going to come back in here for another quick charge. Take a look at that, just tossing that archer back, doing a fair bit of damage, and as we're doing that, I'm just investigating that exit path. At the introduction of this ambush battle, it was mentioned, or we were hinted at this fight or flight mechanic is what the Creative Assembly devs are calling it. What it basically means is you don't have to fight an ambush battle to the finish anymore. You can actually try and make a beeline for the exit, and whoever makes it there actually gets out alive. More on that in a bit, as over here we're going to have Sun Ren diving into melee over here, and we also have some cavalry following through as well. And take a look at that, we've got this trampling action going on rather than some catapulting action. I don't want to see people being flung around by cavalry in a slightly more realistic setting over here. Now, Sun Ren is making light of our opponents here. Maybe she should not do that so early. There's still a long way to go. But as we try to make our way to the exit, I'll reiterate that you're now able to defeat the enemy in their entirety, you know, kill them all or make them all retreat en route, or you can make it to the exit. And whoever makes it to the exit is available again on the campaign map. So you can actually save your characters but sacrifice your entire army, or you can save some essential units and sacrifice the rest of the army, or everybody can make it to the exit. As an attacker as well, you can do things like what the AI is doing right here and post up right by the exit and prevent escape. So I think that's really cool. That's a nice addition, and hopefully the AI actually uses this to their advantage. And as we're pushing forward to cross that river as quickly as possible, I'm actually sending Sun Ren back to chase after one of the enemy generals who's still alive. And you can see we've just taken a little beauty shot over here, just taking a look at the river. Watch the lighting. I'm so happy with how this game actually looks. It's absolutely gorgeous. The reflections, the waves, the moonlit waters here. Beautiful work by the artists, beautiful work by the technical artists as well. And so back here you can see Sun Ren, the Vanguard type, is trying to get a duel started, not with Zhang Liao, but Jia Shu, who is, I think, rejecting any duel offers. You can actually do that, so I have to actually chase him down. And because he's a strategist type, he's not good in melee at all. All he can do is get people into formation, provide buffs, and have specific units available to him, so you can see how quickly Sun Ren is able to just ruin his day, and then talk crap about it too. So I love some of the smack talk and banter that happens over the course of the battle. I kind of wish they were set off to the side, to be perfectly honest, like so they didn't block so much of the battlefield, but I love it. It adds life to the battlefield, if I'm perfectly honest. It really brings things, brings those characters a bit more directly into the battlefield where you are often very far off. And here you can see we've got the enemy reinforcements posted right there by my exit point. So wonderfully done by the AI. Of course, this is a scripted battle, but hopefully they do that in the game as well, preventing your escape, stopping you from rescuing your units or your characters, whatever you might be planning on doing. And right now, Sun Ren is going to go forth and use another one of her abilities. Heart Seeker over here is a ranged attack and allows you to get a lot of damage in. So we're going to target Zhang Liao over here and take a look at this shot. In it goes, and completely scuffed. So maybe not the best display, but don't worry, it's going to hit later on in this battle, and it's pretty good. And you can hear some more smack talk here between Sun Ren and Zhang Liao as we get these fiery arrows firing into the Saber Militia. They're trying to close the gaps into me, and I decide to send Sun Ren in. Again, she's capable in melee. I dive in with Flames of the Phoenix. It's an area of effect attack, does a touch of damage, not the most condensed enemy formation there. So I try to pull back into safety as we are being a little swarmed, and now I push forward as well to get some charges in. Unfortunately, I'm only able to use my abilities there from Sun Quan, not able to use any of my formations. I forgot to use my formations. They would have helped a fair bit. We've got shield walls and the hybrid unit. You can see the Azure Dragons. They can get into sort of archers, front, spears behind kind of a formation. We've got reinforcements coming in from behind us as well. That's a bit of a trouble spot. And you can see Zhang Liao here is about to dive into my Azure Dragons. And so I decide I'm going to challenge him to a duel just to keep him busy so he can't occupy my ranged unit. So in we go to single combat, and we have a little bit of the upper hand here, but you can actually use your abilities in duels as well to continue pushing your advantage, or of course to give yourself the advantage. So I'm pulling Sun Quan off to the distance there to maybe get some rear charges going. He might not be a fighter, but he can still cause morale damage, and at the same time I'm preparing myself for that rear charge, that inevitable rear charge that's headed towards us. Zhang Liao continues to talk crap, and Sun Ren triggers an ability and does a lot of damage. Take a look at the damage we did there in that duel. You can see the green and red bar represents health, while back here we've got the cavalry charging into my Azure Dragons. I've got my spears going in, and take a look at the unit cards as well. You can feel free to pause and try to analyze what each one of those letter combinations actually mean. While over here we're going to take a look at a duel from a different battle. I just got better shots of this duel. It's the same characters involved here, and the result is the same as well. Literally, it happens the same way. So take a look at the duel animations. I'm pretty happy with how they look. A little bit of rinse and repeat happening, but again, this is an early build, so they might be mocapping more animations, more awesome things like that over there. So let's view this with an open mind. It does say at the top right corner, development in progress. And in slow motion, these duels look fantastic. And again, if we're able to kill the enemy general, we get a huge advantage because of the morale damage that happens when the enemy general either retreats or dies. And that's exactly what we're going for over here. You can take a look at using that Phoenix ability. I forget its full name, but boom, down goes the enemy general.
The best you could do.
Sun Ren really kept me waiting there for a while. So we got that nice little graphic there, and I actually, I think I stopped Sun Ren from getting back on her horse, so she does have to do that. She actually has to physically go and get back on her horse, which she's doing right now, and you are able to mount and dismount your heroes, so depending on what you're about to send them into, you might want to, change your approach. And now we're about to send our cavalry in, our forgotten cavalry that was just sitting there looking pretty, to get some nice rear charges and get some more shots of rear charges happening.
You are ruthless! You cannot be stopped!
Ah! Ah, drink to that.
And right now you can see Sun Ren and Sun Quan. A little bit of banter. I like it. Again, brings life. They're brother and sister. So not only are they giving buffs to the army because they are tied like that, because they're bonded on the campaign map, they're giving buffs to the entire army, but they also interact on the battlefield like, I guess, an actual brother and sister might. I don't know. I've never been to a battlefield with my brother, so I couldn't comment. But take a look at this charge as we go diving in. A lot of these horses actually give up completely. They die, they topple over. Beautiful animations, and the impact, I think, feels right as well. Sun Ren is in here as well, and back here you can see some more stabbing and poking going on. We're going to get a nice little jab over here, toss that guy back. Can't wait for blood and gore, of course. And Sun Ren again trying to get involved while we're trying to save some of our cavalry. Again, of course, you can't keep cavalry engaged for too long, especially against spears, but I like to take risks, as many of you will already know. Keep that cycle charging going. And again, more smack talk here and there. It's interesting to see when Sun Quan and when Sun Ren are the ones making comments. I think it's a matter of whose units are involved with the update. So, you know, when it's Sun Quan's units, he comments, and when it's Sun Ren's units, she comments instead. Anyway, we've got some charges going on here, cavalry on cavalry action, and I actually want to get Sun Ren rear charging into some of those spears and popping that Flames of the Phoenix ability. So we turn her around, try to get that rear charge in here, and in just a moment's time we're going to pop that Flames of the Phoenix and take a look at how much damage it does. So there's that fantastical element. Apart from her being a single entity, these abilities are really what, I guess, showcase the romance aspect of this game. We've got some more cavalry charges going on right now, and Sun Quan as well, chasing down some of those routing units, while Sun Ren gets sent in, charging into the enemy, and using her Heartseeker ability again, and take a look at how much damage it actually causes here.
The enemy general is fallen. They were no match.
One shot.
No more fights!
And Buddy's dead. So maybe a little powerful there, but we were whittling down his health, and Heartseeker is extremely powerful. You only get 3 uses of it on the battlefield, and Sun Ren there actually knocked down 3 horsemen in that single charge, that single interception, so very powerful, these characters.
Do try and remember who your enemy is.
Sorry, I just wanted to give some silence so Sun Ren and Sun Quan could get some more banter going. I do like it. I want to know what it is on the campaign map that gets them talking like this. They're brother and sister, obviously, that has some, preconceived notions, but I want to see if, maybe they have some frayed relations, and that's why they're smack-talking as well as, egging each other on. Either way, it's a nice touch, as you can see some more cavalry charges happening here as well. I think they really have kind of nailed these cavalry charges. Apart from some collision issues, we've got some good hits, some good oomph in here, some nice tossing and trampling going on. Feeling pretty happy, and again, it's still in progress development, so hopefully they'll fine-tune it a little bit more. And now you can see some infantry melee engagements as well, just so you can see what these animations sort of look like. Again, you'll see some repeating animations. I think one buddy over here is maybe glitching out a touch. Not a problem, but you can see he's kind of repeating that little jab animation. And again, with blood and gore, this game's going to look a lot better. I hope we don't have ketchup packets, but it's feeling pretty good already, especially when you consider the pace of the battle. This battle lasted, I think, 14 minutes or so. Wouldn't mind it taking a little bit longer, but that's a good start. Now, in the classic mode, or the records mode, it will be slower. Morale is going to matter more, fatigue is going to matter more, generals aren't going to be individual entities, so that's very different. Unfortunately, that's not what we're here to talk about today. And take a look at this. This is actually from a different battle. Sun Quan is in full-on rampage mode. What happened was Sun Ren died, and because these two are bonded and they're brother and sister, Sun Quan, I believe it's called The Red Mists Descends or something like that, but Sun Quan is on a killing spree. You can see all the bodies there. Underwater, he's been slaughtering people because he gets huge buffs in melee when Sun Ren died. So again, using those characters very importantly, and I wonder if that kind of a thing will happen, except using more grounded logic in classic mode as well. Because that's really cool. Yes, Sun Quan is super angry that his sister just died, so of course he's going to be fighting better. Now some more insert shots as well, because I do think the fire arrows look absolutely gorgeous. So taking a look at these Azure Dragons, getting some detailed shots in here, and just some shots of the enemy being absolutely butchered. The enemies of China have fallen today, thanks to Sun Ren and Sun Quan's glorious command. Beautiful shots coming in. You'll see also in the distance, they've got the depth of field doing this nice little bokeh effect, so the fire arrows in the air, they look gorgeous. I could gush about the visuals for hours about this game, but again, you might want to check in on my video that I'll be releasing tomorrow that gives you my full impressions about this, the campaign map, and from our interview. The interview is out right now. You can follow the link in the description down below. and learn a lot more about the game, battles and campaigns, setting, and all. It's a good interview. We gleaned a lot of information from it. I'd just like to thank you all, as always, for watching. A big thanks to Creative Assembly again for inviting me to the event. A massive thanks to my patrons for supporting the channel on a month-to-month basis. And until next time, cheers.